I'm your Wizard Charles, here as always with Wizard Josh.
Hi, guys.
And Wizard Brian.
Hello also, guys.
Boys, very exciting week upon us.
Very, very exciting week.
This Friday, coming out on PlayStation 4 exclusive, Spider-Man. Brian, the only one at the table that has gotten a chance to play it.
I did. I was at a convention, but I had a chance to play it a few times, actually. I got back in line and played it again. The swinging is so comfortable. Everything about it is what I wanted out of a Spider-Man game, or what I thought I had when I was growing up.
So we should be rightfully excited.
Be excited or don't.
Very excited for this game. As we mentioned, PlayStation 4 exclusive. Josh, it sounds like you even have. You're even going all out on this purchase.
Yep. So we'll do an unboxing video. I got the collector's edition of Amazing Spider-Man. I also got PS4 Pro Spider-Man edition. And leading up to that, guys, so since I'm going to have 2 copies of this game, one of you is going to get to be the lucky winner. I'm going to give one of these copies away on Friday.
He refused to give it to me. I asked twice.
He got to play it first. So
that's fair.
And I was about to talk over you because I was so excited because this PlayStation 4 Pro, just at first glance when I see it online, it looks awesome. It looks just beautiful.
It's super cool, man.
It's beautiful.
That bright red with the new Spider-Man logo on top of it. Brighter, pops against that red. Very, very cool.
Spider-Man very controller, pretty. I believe, as well.
Also red.
Yep.
I think that's just
red,
though.
Red and white.
Yep. Red and white it is.
Yep. Okay. The joys or the thumbsticks are white.
So come next week and then the following week, that's probably what we'll be doing.
Yeah, we will only be streaming that this weekend. So
we'll be
look for it, guys.
But there have been Spider-Man games before, and more importantly, there have been Spider-Man movies before. And we thought leading up to Spider-Man week and Spider-Man release date on Friday, we could talk about some of our favorite Spider-Man films going back, obviously the most recent being Spider-Man Homecoming. With that being said, Brian, I'm going to give it to you. Which was your favorite? And the hint is I just said
it. Homecoming. No, I like Tom Holland the best, and I'm not saying that he was the reason why it was my favorite. I just felt like it. I like that it tied into the MCU. I like that it Peter Parker and Spider-Man. Tom Holland made a great world of both. I always found with a really good Spider-Man, but not as good of a Peter Parker, and the other way around. I found that Tobey Maguire was a great Peter Parker, but not a very good Spider-Man. Tom Holland has a nice balance, and he's actually the age that he's supposed to be. It's not Tobey Maguire at the age of 28 playing a 16-year-old.
Right.
It's a kid playing a kid.
Josh, tell us why Tom Holland is neither of our favorite Spider-Man.
So for me, I really like Tom Holland. First off, I should preface this with I do like all of the Spider-Man movies. I have my favorite, of course, which is not Homecoming. But for Tom Holland, him as an actor, I don't fall in love with his portrayal of Spider-Man. For me, he's young and I know he's supposed to be, but there's something about it that I feel I can't relate to with it. But no, I mean, realistically, when it comes down to it, he's great. In Civil War, when he did his first appearance on that, mind blowing. He steals Cap's shield. That was
say Dunkaroos or
whatever.
You said.
Hey, Dunkaroos, yeah. So it was great. I loved that.
So it was a good movie. It was very good. And they did a great job actually blending this into the Marvel universe that has expanded, that we've come to know and love, which that was an excellent addition.
So we've given verbal love to Homecoming. I don't think we actually got to your favorite though.
Oh, we will. We'll come back.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We're
back to Homecoming.
We're crapping on your pick still. So you got to give us a second here.
I understand the format now.
Very good.
Be used to this by now.
Yeah, I am kind of used to it. Moving forward.
Great movie. Very good job in terms of making it fun. The action and it was awesome. Mm-hmm. I actually really liked Michael Keaton as the villain. I thought he was great.
It's good to see Jack Frost coming out of the cave. It's good to have him back.
How dare you bring that up about Michael Keaton?
It was his greatest role. He had a magic fedora. It was incredible.
If I did have an objection, it was just a little bit too light. It was very light. Everything seemed to work out the way you wanted it to. And some of the other Spider-Man movies had elements of darkness to it that
it's no Spider-Man 3, which is the best emo movie, right?
Yeah.
Brian?
Moving on.
Josh, Tom Holland not your number one choice, or Homecoming not your number one film. What is your favorite Spider-Man film?
My favorite is going to be The Amazing Spider-Man 2, and I know a lot of people don't particularly care for that one. A lot of people didn't like Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man. He was my favorite as an actor. I felt like he really just dove into that character. I felt like the sincerity that he provided in the character was great. The relationship that he had with Gwen Stacy was phenomenal. It was really, really very, very well done. I have to choose Amazing Spider-Man #2 because the Gwen Stacy death, I wasn't a huge Spider-Man fan, so I hadn't read the comic books. I didn't know that ultimately she dies. And
Spoiler,
right?
We should have said that.
I didn't know that she dies. So for me, when I went into that movie and that scene happened, it just like hit me hard, and so it impacted the whole movie for me. Seeing the relationship, the development, and then seeing her die, and then seeing Spider-Man grieve and hanging up. I just thought it was extremely, extremely well done and so well written. And so I know that a lot of people complain that Andrew Garfield is way too old to be playing Peter Parker because he's supposed to be a high school student. I get that. I understand it. I really like the depth of the character. Yeah, I just like the depth.
Yeah. But I liked Andrew Garfield because he at least looked young. He at least had the vibrancy in his eyes, unlike the other one where he had, like we said, kind of the emo haircut.
We'll get to it. Tom Holland, my only objection to Tom Holland was I know Spider-Man is feel like Andrew Garfield. They really wrote him in an extreme there. It was just all the time. It was constantly going. It overdid it for me a little bit.
Small knives, my one weakness.
Yeah.
It's like that's his bit.
But they did do great action scenes. That sequence in itself, that was awesome. It was a kind of a unexpected,
right,
negative surprise. And once in a while, you want to see the good guys get their negative sunshine and rainbows as good if there's nothing to contrast that with.
Right. And I think that again, I mean, we'll move on here real quick, but I think that was one of the things too, is that just how heavy that death was and playing that big of an impact on a superhero movie. You don't tend to see that a lot unless it's like Batman's parents' death. You know,
right.
That's something that's so honed in on, and that's something that it like everybody knows. And so to kill off a main character like Gwen Stacy in this, where it was like, to me, it was a surprise. I didn't know. It was very well taken. I liked it.
And we can all agree Electro was the best villain, right, in all the films.
Total fave.
Yeah.
And that's sarcasm. No, he was not.
Jamie Foxx was my favorite.
He was good.
I liked his internal, like his semi-insanity. I enjoyed that.
Agree with that as well. So that isn't the part of the movie that I loved, though. So it was more the story.
Okay.
So
that's fair. The moral of the story is both your picks are wrong. Obviously, the best choice, the only choice for the greatest Spider-Man film right now is Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire. Now, say what you want about Tobey Maguire. A little old. The guy was jacked.
James Franco is in that one.
James Franco, the one line that always makes me cringe is James Franco introducing Otto Octavius to Peter Parker and going, "Nobel Prize, Otto, Nobel Prize." It is one. Yes, it's one of the most.
Don't have a concept of money.
This is very prior to 127 hours. This is very much before this guy was an Oscar contender. Right. He was still polishing himself up a little bit. He was a sore spot in that film. Yeah. But the action scenes on the train sequence, his fights with Octavius, the creation of Octavius with his wife dying, and then, of course, the Spider-Man reveal to Mary Jane. All that, just there's a lot of emotion in that movie, a lot of build-up, great sequences, and to me, it's the best one, easily.
These are all fair points, both of which are wrong. Homecoming will always be king, but you choose yours. I don't know. What were your thoughts on on
Tobey? Again, as far as the actor goes, I didn't care for Tobey Maguire.
Okay.
Like, for that, I think he did a great job. I think the acting was well. I just had, again, a hard time relating to that character. He just seemed a little bit too much of a pushover for me, and I didn't like that. Again, I mean, if we're talking about somebody that's supposed to be in high school, that was unbelievable.
He was graduated by that point.
Yeah, but even still, he's supposed to be young. That I just couldn't buy into it.
All too nice. There's no way that a 19-year-old living off of the Daily Bugle pay stubs could have afforded that.
But one of the things to me that makes these great superhero films are those really dark elements, and that's one of the things I look for. For example, when Octavius's arms come to life when they're operating, and he tears apart the room, and he gets all the doctors and nurses, and after they made a very rude joke at his expense, of course, they got what they deserved. But those scenes those scenes really make those films really great because once again, that contrast, it just brings them to life in a very sadistic way.
Agreed.
So there's our top picks.
Yeah.
I think that's enough. I think it's good of a taste to get us ready to go for this next Friday.
I'm so ready for that game. Put down your favorite Spider-Man movie.
Very good. And
It's
so
Homecoming.
And so let us know which one was your favorite Spider-Man movie or Spider-Man game going forward. Maximum Carnage being my favorite. Give us a comment on our YouTube channel here. Follow us on Twitter. Let us know which one you think is the best. Additionally, as Josh mentioned, we are doing our giveaway.
That's going to be on Twitter, guys. What we're looking for is a follow, retweet. Okay. So we are looking for those things. We're going to try and get you a copy.
Okay. And we do giveaways pretty frequently. And we are also talking about a lot of really great video game pop culture content. So please tune into our podcast, our YouTube channel. Give us a listen, give us a watch going forward. Thank you guys all. We look forward to hearing from you guys. Thank you guys for following and listening to us. And always remember, keep the magic in those thumbs.